It's Fish at Six. I'm Mike Fisher, your trusty and trusted reporter. I thought this would be a way more difficult exercise than it's turned out to be. Maybe when we go through the Cowboys 53-man roster projection offense, again, it's early, but when we go through it here, maybe you'll disagree with some of my takes, and you're welcome to do that. I'll see the comments over the course of the weekend, of course, and we'll kick those around as we often do. By the way, I'm Mike Fisher. Did I say that? This is the Fishbowl. That is the Star. And decisions are already being made inside the Star as it regards these position groups on offense here. Will it be competitive when we get to Oxnard in training camp? And yes, by the way, I'm going, of course it'll be competitive. Jobs on the line. Starting jobs, not to mention 53-man roster spots, all the way down to practice squad jobs on the line. No question. But watch how easy, maybe, we make this as we guess what might happen once the dust settles. Let's begin with quarterbacks. Dak Prescott, yeah, he'll be here. I'm putting Trey Lance down as the number 2 quarterback. I think, first of all, he hadn't done anything wrong to get in the way of that. I don't know that Cooper Rush has done anything wrong, but the upside of Trey Lance is obviously greater. His contract of $5 million is guaranteed, so you're not cutting him. And then, I remember when Cooper Rush, God bless his beautiful family, when he had that 4-1 season, and I think it was, if I'm recalling right, I think it was his wife, and she was like on social media or something. See, I tell he should be value it, and I'm like, the Cowboys and Cooper Rush, a great guy, and I think he's going to be someday be the quarterback coach here. He gets cut every year. This is the first time in his life he's had a 2-year contract. And of course, it's up after this year. It's a $2 million deal for this upcoming year. There is, in theory, no danger in cutting him because history says he probably won't get picked up. And if he gets picked up, and you've already elevated Trey Lance anyway, what's the difference? That's your 3 quarterbacks. I think Cooper Rush might get released. He might not. Maybe you'll just keep on the 53. Or we'll get to cut down time at the end of August, beginning of September, and you'll cut Cooper Rush, then he'll go through waivers, and you'll bring him back. But one way or the other, I don't think it's a zany prediction at all to say Trey Lance can be the number 2 guy here. Let's go to running back. They have like 100 of them. The first team running back, and I'm not sure why anybody is disputing this. They're going to have 2 first-team running. No, running back guy by committee doesn't mean that you have 2 first-team running. You have 1. The game's going to start, and 11 guys are going to trot out on the field, and one of them's going to be a running back. And it's going to be, as it stands today, Zeke. Running back 1B is Rico Dowdle, and he'll have a chance. He'll have every opportunity to compete with and beat out Ezekiel Elliott. And it's possible that we get to training camp and Zeke looks the way we think he'll look. Getting down to the point where he's a try-hard guy. And maybe we'll look at Rico and go, oh my gosh, what a discovery Rico is. He's way better than we thought. It's possible. Rico, by the way, because of those injuries early in his career, fresh legs. So there's that. Those 2 guys are in. I say Hunter Lipke is in. And he can play running back. He's kind of a fullback. I did not go check this. Maybe you can help me. Did Hunter Lipke play on special teams a lot last year? Because I can envision this now with the new kickoff rules. I can envision Hunter Lipke being a core special teamer. The kick return is now about people who can block, and then a few of them who can handle the football. Well, that's him. Kickoff coverage is also about being able to manipulate your way with muscle through a short space. He might be able to do that too. So I'm keeping Hunter Lipke as one of my 4 people in the running back room. Deuce? Who's a better pure running back, Deuce or Malik? For that matter, with all due respect to Deuce, Royce Freeman has established he's a better NFL running back than Deuce is. So what about Deuce as a gimmick guy? What about Deuce as a feel-good story? That's not a good reason to keep him on the roster. What about Deuce as, hey, we do need multiple people returning kickoffs now, so we can cover the whole field. Maybe Deuce makes it as, we talk about 1A and 1B. Maybe Deuce makes it as 1B kickoff returner. I'm going to pencil him in for now. By committee. Doesn't mean 4 guys start. Doesn't mean 2 guys start. It means 1 guy start. Wide receiver. Now, this could be competitive. But as I say every year certainly for the last 12 years, doing cowboy training camps in Oxnard or so, we've seen this phenomenon. This guy has a this kid, great in the OTAs. Here come the veterans in minicamp, still good. Here goes training camp. Oh, did you see that catch he made in the back of the end zone? Then the preseason games start. And he ends up not knowing what he's doing when the lights flip on. That's going to happen to somebody who right now people like. Pick your guy. The wide receivers on this team. I've got 6. Lamb, Cooks, obviously. I have Jalen Tolbert as a number 3 receiver. All the signs point to that. Competition from Jalen Brooks, maybe. Competition to be the number 3 wide receiver from Ryan Flournoy, the rookie. I don't think he's in competition in the end to be the 3rd receiver. I think he's in competition to be on the team, and I'm going to pencil him in here. And then my 6th receiver is, don't forget about him, Cavante Turpin. And we go back to Deuce for a minute. You're really going to line up Deuce Vaughn at slot receiver while Cavante Turpin sits there on the sideline and watches? That's not smart. That would be goofy. Oh, and by the way, if CeeDee Lamb doesn't get signed here in the coming weeks, that's going to look kind of goofy too. Tight end. This team likes to keep its tight ends. I've seen some people project the 53-man roster is 2. Well, again, they're too in love with all their tight ends or in love with the idea of promoting all their tight ends to only have 2, and teams don't have 2. 3? Jake Ferguson has Pro Bowl skills. Schoon can't cut a second-year second-rounder. You just can't. And then Brevin Spanford, sir. 6'7", 270, moves with grace. Gave him $225 signing bonus, so he's not your normal, or not a signing bonus, $225,000. Here, we UDFA, we want you. Look smooth. Yeah, but John Stevens, yeah, but all these other guys, and nothing against him. And by the way, the legend of Peyton Hendershot is in this group of the other guys. Fant. Oh, hey, that guy can really, not keeping 8 of them. I'm at this early stage, those 3 guys are the projections. Here's where there really is competition. There's competition for starting job 1, and there's competition for the roster churning portion of the roster in this group. Tyler Guyton is a starting left tackle. This just can't fail. He will get a baptism by fire, and that's going to start in week 1 at Cleveland because here comes Myles Garrett. He needs to survive it. Tyler Smith at left guard, who's becoming one of his best buddies. Good. Tyler and Tyler, that needs to work side by side. That needs to work here for a long time. That'd be really nice if that worked here for a long time. Cooper Beebe, the rookie, let's pencil him in as a starting center. And we've already got good reviews on Zach Martin, who we'll get to in a minute, who's saying of Guyton and Beebe, listen, these guys can play. We did all right in this draft with these two guys. Zach Martin at right guard for one more year. Terrence Steele is the right tackle. What about competition for a starting job? Brock Hoffman wants that center job. Nobody spends more time in that building than he does. TJ Bass is like, if you're not going to start me at guard, let me try center. And they're going to do that. TJ Bass is going to make the team because he's going to become a utility guy. Brock Hoffman will make the team too. So I got my starting five, then I got Bass and Hoffman. What are we going to do with Awesome Richards, Matt Waletzko, Ball, and Chuma, and Nathan Thomas? Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm keeping 10 offensive linemen. Okay? If Tyler Guyton, throughout the course of the summer, if the coaches are going, listen, he's long and he's smart and he's athletic and he is not ready, then I think Chuma has a better chance of making the team. Because there's some of these kids I'm not throwing in. I'm not letting play left tackle. If I'm worried about Tyler Guyton at left tackle, I'm going to be worried about Ball, Waletzko, Awesome Richards, and Nathan Thomas too, right? Or whatever group of kids. So that would make Chuma, watch Guyton. If Guyton's fine, I got Chuma not making the team. And you turn your page to the younger and the newer. Chuma obviously stepped in and he's functional. The whole idea of churning the bottom of the roster is getting younger, cheaper, better. I got Awesome Richards, I got Waletzko, and then I'm putting Nathan Thomas on this thing. They talk about how nasty he is. We'll find out at training camp. They've waited a long time for Matt Waletzko to come along. And Stephen Jones, remember it's pre-draft meeting at the Star, media meeting, he brought him up early in the press conference. I'm like, Matt Waletzko, Stephen, your dad doesn't even know who he is. But that's my offensive line 10. Guyton Smith, Beebe, Martin Steele, Bass Hoffman, Awesome, Waletzko, and another kid in Nathan Thomas. The backup offensive lineman, subject to change, and competition. But I don't think this is as muddy or blurry as we often make it out to be. I think the offensive 53-man roster, I think the coaching staff could start putting this in pencil. A lot of bodies in the offensive line. The hope the offensive, the offense and the kids, Guyton and Beebe, get good fast, which would speed the reload in the offensive line, which would speed the 2025 reload as well. Not to mention, help make this team this year competitive. There's the Fish 53-man pre-training camp offensive lineup. Who's going to make that team? 53-man roster group. In the coming days, we will do 53-man defense. And a reminder, Marsha's making me go on vacation. It's her idea. So we'll have Norm Hitzkes, we'll have IndyCar Tim, and we will have Best Of. It's a radio tradition. We'll have Fish Best Of. So if you're wondering, now I know because there's 70,000 fish heads in Cowboy Nation, and we haven't always had 70,000 people. I guarantee you that there's many of you who either saw it or didn't see it and said, Jason Witten said what to you, Mike Fisher? You went and did what with Michael Irvin? You and Jerry hung out where and did what? We'll have interviews in Best Of with Aikman, Irvin, Tolbert, Jerry, Witten, Dixon Edwards, and you've never seen anything quite like it, and much, much more. So hang out with us for the coming days, even though I'll be hanging out with Sugar, and get yourself some cowboyscountry.com and some Fish Best Of. And please do hit the like button and do subscribe. When you watch these meaty interviews over the course of the last recent times. I hope it does add to your acknowledgement of our width and our breadth of cowboy coverage here on the Fish Report. Thank you for being a part of what we do and letting me be a part of your cowboy day. Fish out.